I'm Sue Johnson. Welcome to Wake Up and Live with the Arts. Along with James McGilbray, our videographer, and Lester H. Bryant Sr., our editor, we are here at the Rainey Theater led by Jennifer Harris, Executive Director. And they bring many quality programs focused on youth, primarily through the arts, through education. And speaking of quality, we have the director of the quality department here, Dorian Watts. So Dorian, as messed up as my mouth is, we want to welcome you. It's my first time meeting you here at the Rainey Institute. What does the director of quality do here?
Well, there's a number of things that I do, but mainly everything centers around making sure that we have the right processes in place to effectively keep the center open, keep things running well, provide what's needed for our youth and our students that come in, and making sure that the programming is up to par for that as well. So I work directly with Jennifer and the rest of the staff to look at how we do things and to improve on those things if needed. We look at things such as the security of our students when they come into our care. How are we being responsible for them? What curriculums do we have to help them to grow and to enjoy the center? So basically what I do is that I look at all the processes. I see what is needed to improve those processes, if they need to be improved, and lay them out to be used within the staff.
That's a budgetary?
Well, some budget things as well, but mainly around, like say for instance, I'll give you an example. When our students come in, we sign them in and sign them out. Well, when they come through the doors, they're our responsibility. How do we do that? How can we ensure that when they come in here that they're safe, they're secure, they're getting all the things that are required of them from Rainey. Mm-hmm. And so I look at those processes to make sure that they're in place and that they're effective. I used to do this in another venue in healthcare. So to give you an example of that, it's like when you come into the hospital, you would come in for a particular procedure, and you wouldn't want to go out with something else or an infection or something like that, right? So basically, I kind of like the same thing here. When you come in here, you expect a certain service, and you want it to be a certain way, and so I'm here to help provide that.
And it's called quality control when you speak about
absolutely.
The healthcare, other industry, manufacturing. Mm-hmm. It's all about quality control and making sure, as Dorian said, it's about the processes. And I know that safety and security for the youth, mm-hmm. or the adults for that matter, who
Absolutely.
come into Rainey, that's one of your primary areas to pay attention to, mm-hmm. because the world, what am I telling you and the audience for? The world is such now, mm-hmm. that you don't know if anywhere is safe and secure anymore.
Yeah.
Because now you can be in your own living room, which has happened, and strange things happen, and you're sitting in your living room.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's not an easy position to fulfill. How long have you been here doing this now?
Not too long, a few months, probably like 3 months.
Oh, you are brand new.
So I'm really relatively new. Mm-hmm. When I first came in, I had a conversation with Jennifer, and she had expressed to me what she was looking to do. So with my skill set and the things that I do, we kind of brought some of the things on board. One of the things that I use is what's called Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, and what that is a way of looking at processes, being able to monitor them, to look at them, and see exactly what's going on, whether it's good or bad, making the improvements as needed for it, monitoring those improvements, and then implementing them. So basically, that's what I try to do now. And give you an example of that. Like, say, for instance, we're looking at a way that we, how do we get information out to our parents? Mm-hmm. How can we be effective? how can we assure that they are getting the information on time? So, say for instance, if an emergency happens and
Well, take a snow day, a blizzard.
a snow day, right?
Yeah.
So how do we get that information out to them, on a timely manner, so the kids are not coming up to the door and we're closed, and they didn't get the notice. So I look at those processes. How can we improve those processes? Is the process that we have in hand now effective? Is it getting the word across to 99% of our parents? And if it's not getting to 99% of our parents, then it's obviously something wrong, because we want everybody to be able to get their information on a
In
timely manner.
fashion. Question, is your program, your department set up where you get parent and youth feedback to help guide you, or is it at this point in your tenure, is it coming from your assessments, observations, and the rest of the staff?
Well, actually, you look at every possible way that you can get information, and one of them being, yes, parents, and we've done that by sending out surveys to get information from, to see what the parents desire. But we also look at how we collect data. When I say that, okay, so part of that data is the surveys. Did you receive this? Did you receive that? We take those numbers into effect, and we say, okay, listen, 90% of the time they're not getting this information. That's just hypothetical, by the way.
I got you. No.
And so
that was hypothetical.
Yes. So how can we improve on that? How can we take that 90% and drop it down to zero if possible, or as close to zero as possible? So we do use surveys to get information, to get data, but we also talk to parents and to staff. Staff has a direct involvement in a lot of these projects as well.
Of course. And so now, if somebody wants to learn more about this department, in addition to contacting Jennifer, Dorian, if a parent wanted to let you know something, how would they contact you? What's the best way?
Well, they can just do, but mainly everything centers around making sure that we have the right processes in place to effectively keep the center open, keep things running well, provide what's needed for our youth, our students that come in.
Contact him through D. Watts at RaineyInstitute.org. And we want to thank you. It's been our pleasure to meet you for the very first time. And we're around here just enough so that we hope we'll see you again.
Okay.
Wish you much success in your new tenure as quality control person.
Yes.
So we want to wish you also a very happy holiday season.
Great.
And thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I wish everyone the same. Thank you.
Okay. Till next time. And as we always like to say, be sure to wake up and live with the arts every day.